I'll be sharing a series of devotion with the title Stepping into the Unknown, which concerns every one of us. I believe many people want to know how can we best work through life transition and changes. And this morning, we will be looking at Joshua, who is one of the Bible heroes of the Old Testament, and also some other scriptures to help us to step into the unknown with confidence. Joshua chapter 1 verse 1 says, "After the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord said to Joshua, son of Nun," Moses is. Now Moses has passed away, and now Joshua was stepping into the unknown, taking over the role of leadership. The verse tells us that Moses, who was God's servant, is dead, and now God is speaking to Joshua. It's about the end of the life and a new beginning. Oftentimes when we are faced with a new beginning, we panic, we worry, and we will be filled with anxiety because we are out of our comfort zone and out of our place of familiarity. What we have been depending on all this while is gone. Now for Joshua, who did he depend on before? Moses. For 40 years, he has been following Moses. So no matter what the bad the situation may be, Moses is there to solve the problem. But what about now? The person whom he has been looking forward to was gone. And now he was definitely afraid. Because God told him to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. Now he has to step into the unknown, which is really a great challenge for him. For he did not expect this to happen. It's so sudden. But thank God, God spoke to him at this crucial time when he needed most to hear from him. Before, God was speaking to Joshua through Moses, but now God is speaking directly to him. Now the beginning of the book of Joshua is about crossing over the Jordan River into the promised land, which is a new beginning and a new blessing. And verse 2 says, "Moses, my servant, is dead. Now then, you and all these people get ready to cross the Jordan River into the land that I'm about to give to them, to the Israelites." This is a new beginning filled with hope and expectation. Of course, in the face of new beginnings, there will be some reluctance in our hearts, especially the things of the past. But if we want to receive the new blessing, we have to acknowledge the old thing is over. Just as the Apostle Paul said, the old is gone, the new is here. In times like this, we have to tell ourselves, the old is gone, the new normal is here. After wandering in the wilderness for 40 years, the Israelites are told not to look back, but keep on moving forward. It is a narrative of a people who are forced to venture into the unknown territories to start a new life. The season of Moses is over. The season of the new is coming. If the Israelites were to hold on to the past and living in old memories, they would not have entered the promised land. I believe many of us would like to receive new blessings from God. But are we willing to let go of our former life? Because life was difficult back in China in those days, my father had to make a decision to leave his homeland in China and come to Malaysia. If he had not taken that risk to come over to Malaysia, I don't know what will happen to me. But when my father made that decision, he didn't know that his son will become a pastor one day. God has a plan for me even before I know him. Now, and that is also true for every one of us. But along the way, there are many lessons for us to learn. So many people love to cherish the past. Just listen to people talking throughout the day and take note what is their conversation about. The future, the present, or the past. I guess most of their conversation will be about the past. Now it's good to cherish the past, but don't dwell in the past. See what God told the prophet Isaiah in the Old Testament. Isaiah 43, verse 18 to 19. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I'm doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I'm making a way in the wilderness and stream in the wasteland. Now some of us take our past with us everywhere we go. Why do we do it? Because it's familiar with us. It's a story that we like to share with our families and friends. This comfortable past is often our best friend. It's who and what we know best. It's like a pair of old shoes which fits us best and we feel just right. But God commanded us, forget the former things, do not dwell in the past, lest we miss the new thing He's doing right now in front of us. By focusing on the past, we will limit our choices for the future. Now God told Joshua to get ready to cross the Jordan River and to the promised land that God is giving them. And do not dwell in the past and mourn for what is lost and in sorrow. He told Joshua, it's time to move forward. And in verse 3 and 4, God told Joshua, I will give you every place where you set foot, as I promised Moses. Your territory will extend from the desert to Lebanon, and from the great river, the Euphrates, all the Hittite country to the Mediterranean Sea in the west. Now what does that mean? It means that Joseph himself had to rise up and move forward, one step at a time to claim the land. Now Joshua must not just sit there and wait for God to give him this or give him that. God is telling us, we just have to take the first step of faith and we will experience His blessing. Now, familiar saying say, seeing is believing. But for the Christian faith, God said, you must believe, then you will see it. So in order to get on with our future, we must choose to make a clean break and leave the past behind. I remember in one of Reverend Hon's sermon, he said there are three types of people in the world. The first type, they are those who are stuck in the past and they are lost today and they also lost the future. And the second type of people, they are those who are living for the past today but fearing of tomorrow. And the third one are those who appreciate the past, living for today and looking forward to the future. So three types of people: those who are stuck in the past, those who are living for their past, and those who are appreciate the past. And we should be the one who are appreciating the past and looking forward to the future. We have to learn to let go of the past in order to receive the new blessing that God has prepared for us. And God continues to encourage Joshua in verse 5. No one will be able to stand against you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will never forsake you, nor forsake. Be strong and courageous, because you will lead the people to inherit the land I swore to the ancestors to give them. What a powerful word of encouragement, and it is God's promise. God told Joshua that He will be with him as He is with Moses. He told Joshua, stay strong and be courageous. Now Moses has come and has gone, but our God, who is from everlasting to everlasting. This pandemic has come and will pass away, but our God is from everlasting to everlasting. I pray that God will give His words to us every day, reminding us, even though there are many things that we have depended upon are gone, we have this God who cannot be shaken. Just as the psalmist says in Psalms 125, those who trust in the Lord are like Mount Zion, which cannot be shaken, but endures forever. He is a God whom we can trust to lead us to step into the unknown with confidence. God bless you.